this My Basics Essentials video, I'm going to show you how to use the Hotbox. The Hotbox is a wonderful addition to Maya. I think I wish I had it in every single application that I use. Let me show you what it is. If you hold down the space bar, you'll notice a menu will pop up wherever your mouse is. So you have to kind of be careful, because if your mouse is way over here and you hit the space bar, you really can't have access to the top pieces of the Hotbox. So hold down the space bar and you'll get this menu. Well, let's tear this menu apart. You have these items right here, the File through window. These are called the common menus. If you look, they're right here. File through window. Next, you have pane-specific windows, which are these guys right here. So there's View, Shading, Lighting, Show, and Panels. Great. Next, these are your different menu sets. So currently, I have the Animate, Deform, Skeleton, Skin, Constraint, and Character. And if you look, that's what these guys right here are. If I change this to, let's say, Rendering, watch what happens. I'll have all of those right there. And they match up just the same here. All right, let me show you what's inside of this Hotbox, though. There's lots of other little hidden pieces in here that we can have access to. For example, if you click on the AW logo right in the center, you can now change to any one of your views. So let's say we want to go to the side view. There we go. Or if we want, what I'm doing is I'm clicking my mouse and holding down my mouse button, and then I drag my mouse up to the perspective view. That's called a marking menu. So we have a marking menu built inside of our Hotbox. All right, well, let's take a look at what else we have. Believe it or not, we have lots of other things. At the top in the north region, if you click and hold down your mouse, you'll see you have a marking menu of preset panels or preset layouts. So let's say we want the hypershade and perspective. Click on it and let go, and give it a second here, and there we go. Or if we want to change this to, let's say, single perspective. There we go. Now, in the southern region, these are the actual panels. So at the top, we have saved layouts. At the bottom, we actually have panels. So if I want the graph editor, I can pull up the graph editor. If I want the outliner, click and choose outliner. There it is. So if I want to use a layout, I go to the top, and I can, let's say I can choose perspective outliner, and I go, well, I don't want the perspective, I want the side view. Well, we can just change that by going to the side view. So it's very, very user-friendly once you get started. Let me show you what's on the east and west sides of this menu. Over here, if you click, this is how you can turn on and off your user interface elements, and we'll be covering that here in just a second. Over on the other side, these are selection masks. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I create a NURBS object and a polygon object, and I want to only be able to select polygon objects. Right now I'm selecting both. What I can do is come over here and choose NURBS mask. And now all I can do is select NURBS. Or if I want the opposite, I can come over here and choose polygon masks. And now all I can do is select polygons. I can't select NURBS. This is so useful when you're working in large scenes and you have lots and lots of pieces. It's very, very useful. So let me get out of there. Also, another little thing I'd like to show you is under Recent Commands. This is where you can have access to all the commands that you've recently completed. So if I create a cube, which I just did a second ago, hit that, and there it is. This is kind of nice. Instead of having to go back and forth to 3 or 4 menus, you can have access to those right here immediately. And on the other side is this Hotbox control. Here we can turn on and off parts of our menu. Let's say we want to show the modeling. We can say, show and hide modeling. Now it's gone. Or we can show and hide rendering. Now the rendering is gone. That way you're kind of cleaning this up so it's just the parts that you need. I hope you enjoy using the Hotbox. We're going to be using the Hotbox fairly exclusively within these tutorials, and I encourage you to get used to using the Hotbox just because this little option, this little tool right here is going to make your life so much simpler.